Welcome back. We have an exciting session to tell you about. We have an organization with us today called Feeding Medina County, and they are working on a project partnering with AARP, ARP, correct? Okay, I had to make sure I got that right. And I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and then they're going to tell us all about this big happening in our area.
Lena, thank you for agreeing to commentate on this conversation today, and thank you to the Brunswick Chamber for allowing us this opportunity too. I am Sandy Calvert, Executive Director of Feeding Medina County since last November, and am pleased to be here today, and I'm going to now let...
I'm Darine Prok. I'm a volunteer with the AARP. I've done orientation training for them for 6 years, and I told them I had too much time, so they dragged me in to be an advocacy volunteer, and this is how I've gotten involved with this.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And I'm Doug Tayek. I work for the AARP Ohio State Office, and we are happy to have volunteers like Darine. She's one of our best, and we're excited to be partnering with Feeding Medina County for our Drive to End Hunger food insecurity work in Medina County.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, real briefly, Sandy, why don't you tell us a little bit about Feeding Medina County, and then we can go into the upcoming program that you're working on with partnering.
Sure. Feeding Medina County came to be as a result of Commissioner Geisman's efforts to try to address hunger here in the county, and I think it had to do with a lot of the data that was coming out of Job and Family Services that said that in 2008 this county spent $7,500,000 on food stamps, now known as SNAP benefits, and at the end of 2010 that number had climbed to more than $15,700,000 in 2 years' time. At the end of 2011, the county had spent $18 million on food stamps trying to help people here in the county. And especially hard hit are our seniors and our children. And so when AARP brought this partnership to me, I said, of course, and we did this last year, and this year we are expanding to Wadsworth and to Brunswick, which we did not do last year, but Feeding Medina County is starting to do a lot more work in Brunswick, and we are providing 100 bags of about 15 pounds of food to seniors living at the Brunswick United Labor Towers, and hope to expand that in the near future too. And with AARP, we just might be able to do that.
Okay, all right.
And for us, and I'll let Darine talk more about the local, but for us, food insecurity for people 50 and over is a big issue. It's one of those where people don't see it because a lot of times grandparents are, are receiving a benefit and giving it to maybe their children or their grandchildren who live with them. And so for us, raising awareness of that, answering that, we've provided through our program nationally over 12 million meals to food insecure people 50 plus. And so for us, this is our chance to have that impact in Medina County and across the state. We're in a number of different counties, but Medina has been one of the best because we have such a strong partner with Feeding Medina County. And so with the expansion into Brunswick and Wadsworth, as well as the city of Medina, we're very excited.
Good, good.
What's interesting is that Ohio is rated 6th in the nation for hunger, and 12th, and this is according to USDA, and 12th in the nation for seniors who are definitely have real hunger issues. Not enough food. It's kind of scary, especially since I'm now one of them.
Very sad.
It is.
Yeah, far too many seniors are having to make choices between medication and their food, or utilities and food, and so many times food comes out on the short end of that. And we realize that and are trying to make it easier for our seniors to maintain their independence and continue to live where they want to live.
Okay.
And what's interesting too is since 2007 in Medina County, the increase in food stamps for seniors has risen 110%.
Okay.
That's scary.
And do you think that's due to awareness? Or have we grown that
Perhaps
much?
some of it might be awareness.
Okay.
It's hard to say. But knowing that it's out there certainly is an issue.
Okay.
And AARP, along with Feeding Medina County, has taken the initiative to look at grants. How can they do that? And again, like Sandy has said, developing the partnership with AARP to try and promote the awareness so that people can go out there. And something that folks have to recognize too is that when you bring in food products, it can't be the outdated stuff.
Okay.
Thank you.
It cannot
Thank
be the
you.
outdated
I've heard that
stuff.
before, and I'm always surprised.
Yes.
But you have an event coming up on October 20th in our area
Yes.
here. Could you tell us all about that?
Well, it's going to be at the rec center, and it's going to be from 10 to 2.
Okay.
We will have staff out there welcoming you and thanking you for anything that you bring to stuff the bus.
Okay.
Well, no, it's not stuff the bus, stuff the truck.
The Feeding Medina County truck.
Okay.
Well, we're going to park their truck right in the rec center and encourage folks to bring, as we said, non-outdated, good canned goods, non-perishable items, good staples.
Okay.
And encourage them to bring those into stuff the truck. And we're really hoping, last year, I think over the 2 days we did the event, we did about 1,100 pounds of food. We'd like to do 1,500 pounds on the 20th.
Okay.
That's our goal.
Per site.
And then 1,500 for Medina and Wadsworth as well.
So if you did the 1,500 pounds, how many people do you think that feeds? Do you know?
That would only feed 10 people for a
Oh, how
month.
sad.
Yes.
Oh, how sad.
But it's still it's a lot of
Yes.
work to get. I mean,
It
that's
makes an
the sad part is
impact.
it's a lot of work to get that amount of food to the people who need it. So
Okay. Okay. And what can we all do to help besides bringing you food that day? Is there anything else that we can do in terms of promoting it, spreading the word?
Spread the word.
Okay.
Spread the word.
Okay.
Share with them. Why don't you go out to the rec center? And make sure you bring food products while you're there.
A bag full.
Yes, a bag full.
Okay.
A bag
Okay.
full.
Yes, and putting up flyers for us at Lorraine Community College would be helpful.
Okay. We can do
Yes.
that. We can do
and
that.
when we'll be printing about 3,000 additional postcards besides what will be mailed to our membership and to our connections in Medina County. But we're going to have an additional 3,000 postcards or so, which can be distributed to folks to let them know.
Okay, just as reminders,
Yep.
that this is the date and this is what's happening.
Absolutely.
And so you need non-perishable items that have a little bit of shelf life, but that are newly purchased?
Newly purchased.
That would be nice.
That would be
Okay.
absolutely nice. And if you go to the Feeding Medina County website, you can find a list of those non-perishable food items that we especially need: peanut butter, tuna fish, vegetables, fruit.
Wonderful. Well, good. Well, thank you, and we will all, I'm sure, do our part to spread the word about this great event on October 20th at the Brunswick Rec Center.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. We'll be right back. Thanks.